Good evening, hunters. Especially those who have traveled all the way here. Welcome back to Red Center by Night. We're halfway through the story already, and it makes me wonder if our hunters have figured out the truth for themselves? Or are they still stuck in a perspective that's not often true? Anyway, let's roll the credits.
I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne.
Last episode, we found our hunters on the run. They have decided to reconvene to prepare for their trip out. Mr. Talon confronts his handler Vera, who warned him that Mr. Winters have sent out a notice to all the Inquisition members to apprehend Talon and his creed. With a not-so-subtle exit, Dr. Yue and Tryst managed to find the things they needed and pile into their van. Mr. Talon was already waiting for them, and with all their materials gathered, they all moved out. While out on the road, our creed found the remnants of the extraction group. The creed doesn't know why they're being treated badly despite Vera's warning. While Mr. Talon and Dr. Yue talked to the local police, Tryst decided to just walk through the crime scene and piss off the lab tech working in the area. After being flipped over his head, Tryst finally came to face with the infamous Mr. Davis, a veteran inquisitor and ex-SAS agent. Dr. Yue then unsuccessfully tried to talk to the ghost loitering the area while Mr. Talon found an ally in Mr. Davis. Tryst retreated into the van to nurse his wounded body and ended up receiving a letter from Nine, who popped out from midair. Armed with the information of where Seven is and the letter, we continue our story with the SI in their van, heading to the unlisted base.
That sucked. Just want to chuck that out there.
That's the first thing you've said for the last half hour we've been driving. Where did that come from?
Personal bias, probably. Yeah.
No, but you're right. That absolutely did suck, Tryst.
Yeah, it was a crappy time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to say. I got punched. It sucked.
What did you learn?
I didn't really learn anything. I kind of reinforced that everyone who seems to work for this organization is a moron. Myself included, apparently.
Well, I can't disagree with you there. I would like to, but I can't.
Alright, team. We are now driving into a meeting with a presumably very powerful kindred. So, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, and we've only known each other, well, Tryst and I have only known each other for a few nights. But we need to start working together as a team from this point. if we were to have a chance of survival.
I mean, I agree. I'm on board for working together the whole time. I just kind of have some nitpicking with working together. I don't know if either of you have been on the run before, or I don't know, you look like the only closest thing to being on the run you've been is if you ate a dodgy kebab. I have no idea if you're even on the run still or not. I don't really have the full context of what you even are. But the first thing about when you're on the run is you don't officially go and report to anything. You don't walk around. You just hide. You don't appear. You go off the grid. Gone.
I couldn't agree more, and the beauty of this van that we're traveling in as well is its ability to go dark, so to speak.
It is a nice van.
Yeah, I presume that you can handle all the technicalities.
Absolutely. We have courtesy of Dasher von Lang. We are rolling in the dough.
Speaking of which, and rolling in dough.
Okay. Which and rolling. I hate the Tremere.
That was not meant to be a pun, Tryst. I am being very serious right now. Do you think you could access those financial records?
I think I can try. Let me have a look. What was the bank account then? Winters is 49. So there we go. Yeah, 100. Yeah. I mean, we accessed them before. That backdoor is still in your computer. So thank you for that too. I mean, I can. What do we want to do? We want to buy more PlayStations for Jeff.
I was thinking something a little larger than a PlayStation. I mean, it would just be a great shame if that source of funding, bankrolling, whatever relationship they have, suddenly dried up.
Yeah, I can just redirect transfers if that's what you want. I mean, do you want Dasher paying someone else? Do you want Winters not getting paid? What would you like?
Well, it strikes me as a great thorn in our side to have the local police force and an unknown number of agents all suckling at his teats, so to speak, which is quite a disturbing image now that I think about it. If that were to dry up, then that would bolster a significant advantage for us.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I don't know anything about Dasher, but the one thing that I believe I know about them is they're a charitable individual. So I feel like there are a number of charities that could probably use just the personal touch of Dasher von Lang. That's just my opinion. Leave it with me. I'll see what I can do.
Well, I think she's about to make a very generous contribution to an orphanage.
As long as you haven't contributed to making the orphans. That seems...
That's classified.
Yeah, I bet. Alright, well, when we pull over, I'm more than happy to give that a shot. No doubt I have a computer. Am I able to... That back door is still in place, is that right, Storyteller?
Yeah, it is still in place.
I feel like...
Well, you can head down and do it now. I'll
You'll
keep
drive?
driving.
Excellent. I'm going to head down to my little command center, sit down. It's a much more comfortable chair down here. There's some Mountain Dew, there's some coffee, there's an ice mocha. It's the only thing that Tryst will drink while on the job. And I would like to just, nothing massive, but I'd like to just sort of have a look and see if Dasher has made any deposits into the bank account, or specifically the 497 Winters account that some of the people are getting paid into.
There are several deposits from the last time you have seen it. It's like an automatic deposit though, not a direct one.
That's excellent. Can I please, that automatic deposit, can I just move where it's getting automatically deposited to into a few other bank accounts, please? Just, whatever's in Alice Springs that could use our use. I'm not overly familiar. I'll do some research into which ones. I might just actually redirect it right now into a separate bank account, and I'll do some research and find out which non-for-profits really could use the personal touch of the Tremere.
I'm gonna call you from the pardon me. I'm gonna call you from the driver's seat and just be like, Tryst, just so you know as well, make sure some of that money goes into a slush that we can access, just in case it comes up.
I will try. I'll be honest, it's not I'm not able to make it fully untraceable, so if you do want it in a slush fund that we can access, I mean, we can access it at any time, but if I try and create our own personal account, it's probably going to end poorly for us.
Okay. Give it to Jeff.
That's worse.
Is it?
Yes. You know what? Just is Jeff streaming at the moment?
Yes.
I'd like to just donate 100 subs to Jeff's stream with a love
Only
heart.
100?
Only 100? He's not that good.
Yeah, we don't want him blowing
Have
up
you seen his
overnight.
KDA on Blood Hunt? The dude mains Muse. 100 subs courtesy of, you know what? 100 subs for Jeff courtesy of the Tower's Fallen Angel.
Speaking of which, do we have any clue as to who that might be? Does anything come up in any records? Have you tried searching?
It's undoubtedly Ventru or Toreador. I'll be honest, I haven't really been there's a few known Ventru and Toreador around. To pinpoint which one it is almost impossible at the moment. If you cross-reference by douchey poetry, edgy sort of even just postage, they all seem to fit in that category. Baroque turns of phrase, again, doesn't narrow it down at all. In fact, the more you put these things into, the larger the kindred pool of people it could be grows.
But the way they speak, they would be older than what is typically running around.
I know, but I can't reference by age.
What are we thinking? 9th gen, 10th gen?
Maybe... Would you say late 1800s, early 1900s?
How old are you?
I've never asked a lady her age.
I'm not.
Keep it down, you two. I will turn this van around.
Yeah, I will, courtesy of, just once again, I'll just put Jeff's stream up on one of the screens while we're driving.
It's currently 3 p.m.
Jeff's streaming at 3 p.m. He doesn't work 9 to 5.
He's streaming on the job.
Of course he is.
It's currently 2:59. And as the time went to 3 p.m., or at least the clock turns 3 p.m., and as you donate the 100 subs to Jeff, your van screeches to a halt, and I'd like everyone to roll their willpower right now.
Ooh. That's 4 successes.
3 successes.
I'm so much better than you.
5.
Flex.
Why did everyone roll?
4, 5, 3, 4, 5.
3.
We all failed.
Dr. Yue, as the van suddenly screeches to a halt, even without Mr. Talon's prompting, you can feel evil approaching. It is like an incredibly sticky feeling. You have sensed evil before, evil in other beings, evil in other creatures, but this is overwhelmingly evil. There's no other words that you can say for it. There's no other way to describe it. And it's not just Dr. Yue, it's Mr. Talon as well. Being of true faith, you are incredibly sensitive to evil. And you feel it approaching. You don't know why. You are out in the desert just driving. Yet something's approaching you. Tryst, you just feel uneasy.
Yeah, of course I do. I have expensive equipment down here.
And he's been drinking nothing but Mountain Dew and coffee for days.
Yeah, that's not abnormal.
True. It should be abnormal. See a doctor.
This is why I should drive. I can't do everything though, unfortunately.
I'm going to contact Tryst again through the speaker. And I'll be say, Tryst, something's coming. I need you to see what's out there.
I would like to activate Ghost Sight.
Yep.
And...
Or would you like to look around?
Oh, success.
Okay, good.
I would like to take a look out the window.
Out into the desert?
Yeah, where am I located right now? Would I be in the shotgun seat next to the drivers?
You would most likely not be there because Tryst just left, unless you have moved there after Tryst has exchanged with Mr. Talon.
I would like to look out the front windscreen if I can see it, and if not, I would just look out the side.
If you look towards the desert, the sky looks dark. However, it's only a portion of the sky in the city. Everywhere else looks normal.
The sky's dark at 3 p.m. That's a concern.
And it's only Dr. Yue that can actually spot this.
I'll look out the cameras and just look and be like, what am I? I'm not going outside.
Yeah, I was not referring to going outside, genius. What do you see on the cameras?
Do I see anything on the
Anything
cameras?
coming up on the scopes?
If you look to the left of the Inquisition van, you will see sand in Alice Springs. On the right, there is additional sand, and there is nothing out there that looks different. Are you sure you didn't just hit the brake by accident?
I'm just gonna turn it off.
Tryst, I'm going to walk up to where Tryst is.
I'm downstairs. You can walk down.
Walk down to where Tryst is. Since Mr. Talon has his earpiece, would you happen to have a few spares so we
I
can keep in
certainly
contact?
do. In Tryst's box of tricks, I will throw you an earpiece.
So
you very
is it
much.
only looking dark outside for UA, or does it?
For Yue.
Us? So it looks normal outside. For
Yeah,
me, but I can still sense it.
you can still sense it.
And
It's uneasy.
there appears to be something dark over the city.
The clouds? I see. I can't see. Well, I don't see anything.
No, I can feel it too. What does it feel like?
Something very evil and menacing.
Well, let's not fuck around standing here.
Does
I'm
the
gonna
van
try
still
and,
work?
and start the van again and see if we can just take off.
Yeah, the van easily starts as if it didn't have an issue at all. And then you just take off.
Yeah, I remember last time I swerved on the road and it was because of evil. It definitely wasn't because I can't drive properly.
But I'd just like to do a perimeter check around, walk around the van and look out to see if anything is near us.
As you do that, Dr. Yue, there is nothing. Everything's normal. Except for that hanging dark clouds over the city itself. Everything else looks normal and kind of bright.
What does it look like that you're seeing? What does evil look like?
Dark and foreboding. Very dangerous.
Good. That's
Where
what we
is
need to
the-
Is
be.
it evil?
Where is the safe house that Davis?
I don't think we're too far.
Is it near the city at all?
I believe it's in the city that we're going to.
It's in the city. Oof.
Let's drive towards the dark, foreboding, dangerous evil.
That's the first sensible thing you've said all day. But keep an eye on the sensors just in case.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna start recording on the cameras. Entitle the file Talon Drive Fails, Episode 1. Then sit back and just drink my coffee. Like,
Just gonna, as I'm driving, just kind of like do a bit of a tail wag.
I'm just gonna watch Jeff's stream.
Oh, sorry. Oh, hope you're comfortable in there.
Just watching Jeff's stream.
Not sure which is more painful, Jeff's stream or the driving.
One thing you do notice is Tryst is that when you watch Jeff's stream, he actually stopped for a moment for like 15 minutes and he looks startled and going into the camera going like, oh my god guys, do you feel that? Like, what the fuck?
Is he Twitch streaming?
He is Twitch streaming.
I'm just gonna type in the chat. What happened? You were doing so well.
No bro, you didn't hear it? Like, fuck, what? And he's just looking around and then going like, oh, I'll be back. And then just go on the BRB screen.
Can the back door into the system of the Inquisition, does that extend to the security systems as well?
Yes.
I'd like to check the cameras of the garden and look into the lab and see what Jeff's doing.
Jeff's not actually going into the lab. There's nobody there.
I'll cycle through. It doesn't look like any behavior is outside of the normal there.
No, it's just Jeff like running out of the corridor. And some agents do look uneasy looking around. But most of them looks as if they're just doing their job. There are like a handful that looks uncomfortable, looking over their shoulders, looking paranoid. They don't know what's happening. And some of them are seen talking to other agents, but the other agents don't know what they're talking about.
And there's no incoming reports.
There's no incoming reports regarding it.
I'll flick on the intercoms. It seems that whatever stopped the van, also they've noticed it at the garden. I don't know if we have was it called a tactometer or whatever measures an earthquake. I didn't feel anything, but it was enough to stop Jeff streaming, which
Can you
Jeff doesn't
point
stream
out the
very
location of the safe house to me?
well. Oh yeah, I'll send it. Let me just send you a drop in.
Yeah, and I'd like to, from the map, get an idea of exactly where the cloud is versus the location of the safe house.
Yeah, that would be easy enough. The cloud itself is hanging around the airport area of Alice Springs, extending into where it leads into the city. And it seems to be moving.
I wonder if Winters has
Dwarf?
finished his air ride yet. Yeah, hope he's up there.
If I can narrow the location of the cloud down enough, would you be able to figure out which plane it is?
Wait, which plane he's in, or which plane's?
Which plane the evil is on?
It's on a plane?
Can I narrow the area down enough for that to happen?
Investigation and intelligence.
Is this the sequel to Snakes on a Plane? Evil on a Plane?
2 successes.
We know where the cursed seat is.
Oh no, I only had a pool of 4, so
Okay.
yeah.
2 successes you don't know. You can't really specify where it is.
What are you trying to... Why do you think it's
It's near
on a
the
plane?
airport. I think something might be coming in.
I mean, I can tell... If you want, I can try and look up flight records and try and indicate, like, I don't
We
know,
know
I can't
that-
see anything. Is the cloud moving?
We know the time it landed.
The flight or the cloud?
The cloud. We know the time that it arrived.
Oh. I mean, I can look up flight
Which
records.
was
That's
5
easy
minutes.
enough. If you think it's on a plane, I could correlate flight, like, times with the time that it landed. Can I have a look at the flight records and just... I can just use Skyscanner.
Yeah, there's actually one flight. There is rarely any flights that comes into Alice Springs. The record at least shows that the last flight that arrived at Alice Springs is coming from Sydney to Alice Springs.
Who owns the plane?
Is it a private flight or is it
No,
a
it's
private?
a public flight.
Public flight, okay. Which carrier?
Qantas.
Yeah. Can I...
Disclaimer, I am not using or tarnishing the name of Qantas. Thank you.
Too late.
So...
Can we get a passenger
Yeah, I can look up a
record?
flight manifest as well. Like, I mean, if it's a kindred coming from Sydney, the flight to Sydney from Alice Springs is how many hours? That'd be, what, like an hour maybe?
An hour and a half.
And what time did it land? What time
At
did?
3 p.m.
Well, if it's not going to be kindred like on that. That's. I mean, if it was kindred, then they got a window seat. I mean, they're doing their job for us. I mean, I'm fine with that. That flight might need a heavier vacuum team, but I'll
They
look
could
at
be
a.
shipped.
I'll look at a passenger like list, but also I'll just look at a manifest and see if they're actually bringing any cargo in.
Intelligence technology.
Oh,
Let's see if you can break into. Let's see if you break into the actual public, private information. Oh shoot. Okay.
Do I keep rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
You want to reroll some of that?
Oh man, yeah,
You
sure.
need to beat a 10.
Oh,
Can we help him at all?
It's more of the tech stuff.
Okay.
Do you have technology?
Do you...
One.
have you been adding the dice bonuses from the
I
stuff?
haven't. I have not.
Global access?
With our, or just for our Haven. Do we get our extra Haven technology dice?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, I'll let me willpower. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 successes.
Barely beat. Unfortunately, Tryst, even with 9 successes, you do not beat the security of the at
That's
least
fair.
the flight, the private flight information of all the individuals in the plane.
That is fair.
You do, however, can gain access to the security feed inside the plane, inside the airport itself.
So the passenger, they improperly filed the passenger list in the manifest, so there's not something for me to actually gain. But I have footage. I can chuck it up on the TV if you want.
Okay.
Go for it.
And is there anything suspicious going on, or is it just as we have individuals walking in from the tarmac? Do we notice anyone either we recognize or anyone bringing in any luggage that looks suspiciously large?
I mean, everyone's preparing for at least traveling holidays into Alice Springs at this time, as it is nearing summer. What's an insight?
All of us?
All of us? All of you? Why am I included here?
You can join in. You're the storyteller. Join us with the wisdom.
I was just guessing what Ivy will say.
I would be curious as to your insights on this.
Oh god. Can we roll something I'm good at? 1.
2 successes from me, which is still a 50% success. I still maintain the most successful member of this group.
Still better than I.
No, I just thought
Well, I
had
only
two
have 3
more
dice.
sitting around.
Can you?
No, I don't need those.
Okay.
And you wanted to sit there.
I'll find them.
Please.
6.
Ooh, ties go to player. 6 successes. Only Mr. Talon will actually notice somebody different from everybody else. Most of the people on the plane or disembarking the plane look to be tourists or backpackers. But there is one individual that looks to be wearing or seems to be on business. It is it's an Asian woman with long black hair, wearing a completely red suit, and she is just lugging a tiny rolling luggage, and she's wearing a big black sun hat.
What is it about this woman that stands out to Talon in terms of significance?
Talon, considering how you have had experiences with a good amount of people and supernatural beings, this woman just feels evil. You don't know why. It's your first thought the moment you saw her. This woman's not normal.
I'm gonna point to her on the screen and show the doctor who's sitting next to me.
Ooh.
And I'll be like, that one.
Do I recognize her?
No.
Nothing.
Though if you do look closer, look closely enough, you'd see a resemblance to Seven.
Doesn't this woman look remarkably similar to Seven?
Have I got the intercom on, so can I hear this? Cool.
What do you think? I mean, I never make those kind of assumptions. You know, it's like everybody's unique and special in their own way. But if you think they look similar, then
I'm willing to trust you.
And the girl who delivered the letter. They all seem to look the same, don't they?
Again, your words.
I would never, but I am seeing a resemblance. Yes, it's odd. Was there anything specific about Mrs. Sunhat that was standing out?
And also, that's a very large sun hat.
Well, who needs a giant sun hat on a plane?
That's a good point. I mean, I've got access to the cameras. Like, we can follow her as she goes leaves the plane. Did I have access to inside the terminal as well on the cameras?
Yes, you do.
Just click through, just following her as she walks through. Well, she's out in the sun, so I'm assuming it's not a blank body.
There are methods to be out and about.
Fair enough. That's less fun. Where does Mrs. Sunhat go? Does she get anything to eat on the way through the terminal?
Tryst, you see this woman buying coffee, but as she pays using PayWave, she turns towards the camera and looks straight at you, Tryst.
Is this a live feed?
Is this a live feed? Maybe... Oh no, it's not. It's 5 minutes delayed.
It's even creepier.
Can you zoom in on her face, Tryst, and take a screenshot?
If the camera will let me, does this camera have a zoom functionality?
No, I mean just like zoom in on the screen that you're watching.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can,
And also PayWave. Surely that leaves a trace.
I'd assume so. If I correlate using any of the bank accounts that we know are used by association with Dasher, Winters, or the Inquisition, is there a similar sort of transaction adding up alongside these?
Or even if that bank account's connected to any name.
Yeah. Nothing. There's nothing. It's
Nothing.
not Inquisition.
It's not Inquisition.
I can try and what's the coffee shop called?
Axel.
Axel Coffee Shop.
Excellent coffee.
Okay.
Sponsor us.
I can't see any correlation with that, but there's easy ways of finding out. If you're happy for me to try, give me a second.
Yeah, please do.
All right.
Tryst, as you try to take a screenshot of this individual, your screen just goes black.
That was my good screen. I think we should. I don't know what this thing is. It seems to be aware that we watched. I'm just going to turn off that screen and unplug that computer and just turn on another one.
I have 2 dots in craft. Would I be able to attempt to sketch her appearance?
Yes. You have to be incredibly fast with it. Dexterity and craft, please.
Oh, dexterity and craft, okay. Oh, 2 successes.
No.
Okay.
That is a terrible picture.
Stick figure.
That's up there with my eggplant emoji. I'm going to just get one of my burner phones. I'm not going to call from the actual van, and just Google Axel Coffee at the airport, and just wait and see if anyone answers.
It takes 1 beat, 2 beat, 3 beat, and there is no answer.
That's fine. I'll be like, hi, I'm calling in regards to one of my bosses. We didn't actually get a receipt that we need for a tax. Can you please give me a call back on whatever this phone number is? Thank you. Use the service.
How far away are we from the safe house?
I think we're nearly there.
Not far.
Like 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Once this woman has paid for her coffee and glared at that screen, and I've shut that screen off, did we see where she went from? Did she take a Uber? Did she take a van? Did she fly a dragon away? It seems consistent with what she's up to.
No.
Where did she go?
Did you open another camera for it?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's just gone.
Cool. Well, I think we figured out whatever that evil is.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, it probably won't be that hard to find her again. Just look for the giant dark cloud that you can see floating around wherever she is. So, I don't know, be on the lookout for inclement weather.
All right. With
Pack an umbrella.
Yeah.
3 minutes to go, I think I'm going to do a quick ritual And I'm going to attempt to create an elixir of healing using my own blood and a point of yang qi.
Yeah.
So would that be intelligence and occult?
Yes, intelligence and occult.
Would the van give me any advantage? We do have surgery, library, and laboratory.
The laboratory, I'd say, would help.
Oh, that's a critical success. 5.
I'd like to congratulate you on your first critical success.
Congratulations for rolling more than...
More than 2 successes.
More than 2 successes. So I take my ceremonial dagger, slit my wrist open, and pour the blood into a bowl. And I imbue it with a part of the chi that gives life and is associated with the sun and living beings. And then I put that into a little flask, cork it, and I hand it to Tryst.
Oh, thank you. I love receiving blood from supernatural creatures.
Use that only as a last resort,
I will.
but
I will.
just saying, if any of us, because you seem to be the only
Punching bag.
human out of all of us, if you need any assistance with your health and I am not in your immediate proximity, give this a go.
Ah, thank you. Yeah. Sick burns.
I don't think that Mr. Talon can hear you if you...
It's alright, I'm just saying it to the camera. I'm looking at the screen, the driver screen, like, inhuman. Thank you, Doctor. I will absolutely drink it as a last resort.
As a last
Yeah,
resort.
absolutely.
And as you say that, you arrive at the base, which is this nondescript building. You don't know what suburb it is. There is at least no signage anywhere. And most of the other houses look abandoned.
Good.
I'll just double check. There's no invisible dark cloud floating above our house, is there? Not that I can see, but Doctor?
Ooh, it's not anywhere near.
No.
No,
you still see it?
we're clear.
Can you still see it?
Yeah. It's still. Is it still with the airport?
No,
It's gone.
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, good. I mean, that sounds everything's alright then.
Wishful thinking. Now, before we go inside, I want to do a sweep for any bugs. I'm sure that just standard operating procedures, we keep these safe houses, they'll be swarming with Inquisition property. But it's been a long time since I've been here, so Tryst, I'm relying on your expertise to sweep for bugs. Dr. Yue as well, I'm sure your senses will come in handy, but we need to make this area secure for ourselves. When we do meet with this fallen angel, we need to be 100% sure that our security is not compromised.
No worries.
Davis did mention that even Winters had no idea of this safe house. But then again, how much do we trust Davis?
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Nor do I trust anybody who freely offers that information up. Nor do I think that bringing a blank, no matter how flowery their courtship may be, back to one of our secret locations is a wise move.
Definitely. So where should we set up the meeting?
There's plenty of abandoned houses nearby. Let's pick the one that looks the most like it's got ghosts in it.
As long as it's somewhere secure, we need a fast exit if possible. We need somewhere to park the van nearby. Tryst, I want you inside that van at all times, monitoring our guest,
Lock the door.
ourselves, and watching out for anything suspicious. We need
Can
to be 100% sure that when we're in there interviewing them, that nothing happens to us.
absolutely. I mean, am I going to be reimbursed for paying 9?
No,
We just stole a whole bunch of money.
we just stole Winters' whole paycheck.
I distributed it.
I
Davis
told you to keep some for this exact reason.
Petty cash it is. Petty cash it is. Cool.
Alright, before I exit the Vandal, I would like to have a little bit of a snack and rip open a blood bag from the fridge.
Okay.
Not from the fridge, not us, not one of us. We're in the clear.
And what sort of ammunition do we have stocked on the van?
We have everything you could want. We have your uppers, your downers, your pingers, your zingers.
Literally about to say the same
Yeah.
thing.
What? We have a selection. You just pick what sort of flavor you want. I can have this blank body crispy. I can have him salty. I can have him filled with chocolate if you want, because I grabbed that in case of the werewolves.
How rare do you like your steak?
I'm wearing a ballistic bodysuit at the moment,
It is ballistic.
and I have my ceremonial dagger and just a plain old handgun. Would you suggest anything that's along the handgun's size and
You hear a sudden scream from inside the house.
Inside the safe house.
Inside the safe house. It is long drawn out, and it sounds like a female's scream.
From the downstairs. I'll be, Talon, was that you? Is there a Wi-Fi signal coming from the safe house at all?
No.
No, of course not.
Are you able to look inside using the scope to see what's in there?
Yeah, I can try. Can I use any of the technology, the radioscope or the chaoscope or X-scope from the van to see if there's anything that we're detecting within the vicinity?
So the X-scope is designed to detect the heat signatures, or the lack thereof heat signatures, on a screen. So we can use it to detect the presence of humans or blank bodies. It will give us a reading based on what they're emitting. So not kind of like an infrared camera, but a little bit more advanced.
Yep. There are at least 3 signatures in the house that's emitting heat. That's all you can get. At least one of them, if you look at the camera, at least at the X scope, one of them just dropped down dead, and the other 2 are grappling. And the scream is still happening.
We've got 1 down. We've got 3, well, 2 living now, 1 just died, 2 are in there fighting right now.
Alright, let's go.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
I'll stay in the van.
Alright, I would like to... Do I have some sort of key to get in?
No.
Oh,
We don't even know if the door's locked yet.
that's true. Alright, I'm going to attempt to go in.
Yeah, the door's unlocked. It's like halfway open.
All right, right behind you, Doctor.
You're letting the doctor go first?
Oh
I
no,
mean,
out of the
she's
two of
undead.
us,
Oh, that's true.
I am undead.
Does
Yeah.
Dr. Yue show up on the X-scope, or she doesn't emit any heat at all?
Dr. Yue is barely there on the X-scope. She does give off some kind of heat, but not like...
Not much.
Like
Not
negative heat radiation would show up as quite dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's like an infrared, but almost inverse. Excellent. I'm watching, so...
As Dr. Yue and Mr. Talon goes in a single file formation, the house itself is dark. Most of the windows have been boarded up and closed with curtains. There has obviously been a fight inside, as most of the furnitures have been broken. And you see 2 individuals that are dead on the ground. One obviously just bled to death right now. And as the 2 of you go into the kitchen area, you see 7 at least trying to get away from an unknown individual who is trying to stab her.
Oh,
Fuck.
I would like to immediately run up to the unknown individual and use Chi Interrupt.
Yeah, can you please roll for it?
I'm watching on the little cameras attached to the bodysuit. Like,
rouse check success.
Glad I'm not there.
Three successes.
Would you like to reroll? Difficulty is 5.
Yeah. So I'm burning a willpower to reroll 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Alright, that's 4 successes.
As you try to interrupt the chi flow of this individual, he spins around, grabs you by the arm, and basically throws you out the window.
Oh, the window.
Yep.
Wow, okay.
Superhuman strength level, throwing her out the window.
Seems to be, at least you would recognize, seems to be SI training.
All right, I'm gonna
Through the board?
Through the board.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my gun, hold it up to him. I'm gonna say, "Stop! Stop what you're doing!" And I'm gonna yell out, "Say, Doctor, are you okay?"
I basically fall through the window and take a few tumbles on the dirt and then steady myself.
I'll put in my earpiece. Just
And I
watching the
immediately
camera.
try to jump back in.
You jump back in and see Mr. Talon just holding a gun up to this man, who is not actually looking at Mr. Talon but at Seven, who is now cowering at one corner of this kitchen.
Buddy, I'm not gonna tell you again. Step away from the girl.
I'd like you to roll Dex and Firearms, please.
Shit. Maybe I should have gone with you.
That is a bagel.
Would you like to reroll?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Is there any way for me to help him?
You can roll Dex and Brawl and try to
Yeah.
basically tackle this guy.
or if you can, like, I'll fire the bullet and you punch it in midair and direct it towards him.
Did this individual, did we get his face on, or their face on camera at any point? When the cameras attached to the bodysuits?
Yes.
Do I recognize them from any personnel files, or do they?
If you pull up their personal files, you would know that he is in the same creed as Mr. Davis.
Would I be
Was there a
able-
name?
It's John. Mr. John.
Miss.
How many can I reroll? Sorry.
It's fine.
You can roll up to 3 dices.
I will roll 3.
Would I be able to use athletics instead? Because I have
Yes.
0 in the brawl. Uh, 4 successes.
Difficulty 6.
Not possible. I have only 5 dice.
Okay. As Dr. Yue tries to tackle this guy basically uses the same technique that he did earlier by redirecting you into the window, by redirecting you into Mr. Talon's bullet. You take 1 superficial damage as he tries to strike 9 again with the knife. And you see this. All 3 of you, well, at least all 2 of you, with Tryst just watching through the bat body camera. You see 9 suddenly just come out of nowhere and basically grab this guy's head and crush it. It exploded all over Mr. Talon and Dr. Yue and into the body camera, so it is kind of blurry at this point.
Thank goodness, a little girl was here to save us.
Is it just me, or are these humans all becoming increasingly difficult? And I reset my arm.
You see 9 actually looking down at 7.
I'm going to get out of the van at this point and grab my rifle and start walking in, just like rushing in as much as I can.
What the hell is going on here?
I don't know. Well, I know, kind of.
7, where have you been?
I actually don't know you. Hi, my name's
Oh.
9.
No, I'm talking to 7
Oh, 7? 7 is just in the ball
in a ball.
and sobbing.
Alright, I walk over to 7 and I attempt to adjust the balance so that she calms down.
She twitches away from you and starts screaming.
Okay.
Doctor, I would step back if I were you. We still don't know what that one is capable of. Who are you?
9?
What are you doing here?
I am setting up the meeting between you group and the fallen angel.
Wait,
I
were
think,
you
yeah.
the person
It's a
who
fine
deli-
job you're doing setting up a meeting. I gesture to all the bodies on the floor.
This
How do you
is
explain
not.
this?
I don't know. I just arrived here.
Just arrived in time to squeeze a man's head like a watermelon.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Well, you guys weren't doing much, like, to kill the guy.
Well, were you the person who sent the letter?
Yes, I am the one who delivered the letter. And you are not allowed to shoot the messenger.
You know that's not a hard and fast rule, 9. Why are you helping us set up a meeting with this person? And why are you helping this person
Oh, because
communicate with us?
I'm being paid big bucks for this. I was told that there would be cash.
Have I made
By
it into the
who?
building yet?
Yes, you have reached the building.
Okay.
Who's paying you?
That's us. Okay, here's your man. Just the cash.
What?
It's like, well, you said that she wanted. We got the letter. We wanted a meeting. That's why we stopped at the petrol station to begin with.
Pre-us. Let's backtrack a little bit here. Someone gave you a letter, yes? And
Yeah.
asked you to deliver it to us, yes?
Yes.
Yes? Why? Are they
Because-
paying you?
Yeah.
Yeah? So who is it?
You don't know? It's the fallen angels, even in the letter.
No, I mean,
What is their
who
name?
is the fallen angel?
Just give us a name, 9.
Can you get cash from it? More
For the
cash
ni-
for the name?
How much for the name?
Oh, I don't know. $100?
Done deal?
Yeah, that's fine. Yes,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll-
It's coming out of Trist's wallet. I have a feeling she's already been paid.
I'd like to go walk out near 7, and, like put my rifle down and just be like standing a decent distance away, like 7. It's Tryst. We took you to Macca's. Remember? Are you doing all right?
She's still sobbing.
If you want to come to the van, and at your own time, and with anyone else who wants to come to the van, just so this doesn't sound terrible. There's some food in there. We can stay out here if you want to, or either Yue or myself or Talon can come in with you. It's better than being in the kitchen.
She lifts her head up and asks you, is there gonna be a chicken nugget?
We can go get some later. I don't have any right now, but that doesn't mean we can't take the van like last time to get Macca's again.
Okay. And she like wobbly tries to stand up, though it's kind of unsuccessful. 9 turns around and you notice 9 and 7's eyes meet for a second, and both of them just had like this look of understanding cross both their eyes before 9 just basically turns around and goes like, okay, so well, I got the $100. It's gonna be, well, the name is Maxi Seraph.
Maxi Sarah.
Maxi Sarah.
Maxi Seraph.
Yeah, like the fallen angel.
You all seem good. Mr. Johns is that was Mr. Johns.
What was.
I pick the gore from my hair and I flick it on the wall.
Beautiful. I'm going to go back to the van now. There's a rifle here. It's loaded with special ammunition. Please don't blow anything up.
All right.
And I'm gonna go back to the van. Just like, with the van, I'm just gonna have Seven sit in, just relax in the driver's seat. Any snacks or anything we have, whatever the salad, I can give her some of the chocolate that we took from the kitchen. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back downstairs, and just knock twice, and then stop, and then knock once more. And if you need me for anything, otherwise there's snacks here. The door is locked. If you need to go outside, just come get me, and then we can all go outside. All right, but it's not really safe out here right now. And when everyone's back in the van and everything's all cool again, we can go get some nuggets. That's fine.
Seven is just staring outside at the house. But you get the gist that she heard you, but she's not basically responding right now.
That's fine. Anything she has to say is irrelevant.
I'd like to scan Jones's body with ghost side to see if he is supernaturally enhanced in any way.
Nope,
Not
just
plain old
human.
human. And I'd like to go through his belongings.
There's not much. It seems like not a normal day for Mr. Johns. He brought his ID, most likely fake name and everything, credentials, Second Inquisition, the Guardian's ID card, and everything looks normal. There was a phone as well.
There was a phone. I definitely take the phone. But what about all the other bodies? Are there anything useful on them? Do I know who they are?
No, it's just normal. Most of them are agents as well, because they all have the same ID for the Guardian. But
Should take those.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely recycle what I can.
While they're having their meeting, while I'm just sitting in the van waiting, I'm going to start cross-referencing any reports as well as flight manifests or any through the airport, any access I have, and any Inquisition reports to either Maxi Seraph, or any sort of anagram or connection to any sort of angelic name. So checking for all the Lucifers, the Michaels, the Angeluses, the Angelos, or any sort of association with, seeing as fallen angel, Seraph, Maxis. This Maxi Seraph seems to be at least following a sort of consistent theme, just any sort of reports along those lines, especially with if I can cross-reference it against any Torrid or Ventru that we were looking into originally when we got the letter.
intelligence and investigation or technology, please.
I wonder which I'll choose. Do I need to, can I use global access for this as well, please?
Yes.
Excellent.
Your difficulty is 12.
Oh, okay, no, I've got 6.
Nothing's coming up. Most of at least the blank bodies know how to hide themselves properly, if they've lived long enough. Most who don't know how to hide themselves properly don't live that long.
Fair. I'm not finding anything on a Maxi Seraph as of yet.
Well, look harder, damn it.
I'll just keep slowly chipping away while I wait.
9 just basically goes well, so I've set up the meeting at one of the underground car parks.
Ominous.
Did you... Oh.
Set up the meeting in one of the underground car parks over at Coles.
Did you...
Or at, actually Woolies would be better.
I'm sure you'd like that, 9, but that is not going to happen.
Oh, so where do you want it to set up?
Tell your friend we'll meet them at Simpson's Gap, 0300,
0300.
3 a.m.
Oh, okay, yeah, that I had to do that. Yeah. We'll definitely be there.
Good.
I'll make sure. And the other requirements as well, to ensure that they are the person that is needed to be met with.
Come again?
I'll make sure that they're there.
Yeah, for them to come alone and with all the requirements that we demand of them.
Yeah, if they come alone, does that mean that I can't go with them or?
You could
No,
drop them
you
off.
are.
You may not. We require to meet with this individual alone or not at all. Those are our terms. There is no negotiation.
Okay, so I just dump them at the side of the road, point at somewhere, and then tell.
Is your friend incapable of organizing their own transportation, travel?
I don't know. Mr. here said like I should grab them and then do the meeting. And
We can pick them up.
Yeah, that's always on the table.
We can't pick them up.
We can.
I mean,
If they'll let them know where we are.
Tryst, we are not picking up the person that we are going to
I'm
interrogate.
saying if Nine tells us where this Seraph is.
Do
okay,
you know their
I'll.
haven?
Huh?
Do you know their haven?
I don't know.
What about another $100?
No,
Okay.
that costs a lot of money.
Okay.
Well, how much would it cost to for you to take us to them directly?
4 dots of resources.
That's too many dots. That's a 1 dot
Yeah, I
request
can't
at
get that from the
best.
ATM. I can't withdraw 4 dots of resources.
How does 1 sound?
No, 4 or nothing.
1.5.
They're paying me 5 dots.
Wow.
It's more than I make in a
Write
year.
that down.
Yeah.
All right then, Simpsons Gap, 3 a.m. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
So, what's the time now?
It is now around 5 p.m. 5:30.
We should make some preparations.
Yep.
Maxi Seraph, I'd like to, obviously not going to get a response now, use my 3 dots in contact with the Hacker Collective to just drop the name Maxi Seraph and just to have them get back whatever, get back to me with some information regarding that.
Mm-hmm. It may take a while,
That's fine.
considering the amount of.
We're not going to get, I don't assume to have it before the meeting or anything like that. It's more
Yeah.
just at some point.
And while we are waiting until 3 a.m., what is the rest of the Creed doing?
I'm going to, as I said, I have used some styrofoam from the kitchen along with various other ingredients.
Try this at home, kids.
Yes, definitely do not. I have created a simple but easily flammable sauce that also sticks to the body. So if we need to crisp any tenderloins, you've got that there. I'll once it's put together, I'll very, very carefully, when the van is not turned on, pour it into a few jars and the like, and just pass them out to Yue and Talon with my blessings. So please be very, 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 very careful with it. And if you're not going to be careful with it, just make sure I'm not nearby. You only have a dagger, is that right? And a gun?
Yes, I was going to ask for recommendations in firearm before we were so rudely interrupted.
We'll make a suggestion. I'm going to take out the pump-action shotgun from the weapon safe, and I'm going to load it with a Dragon's Breath round
Yeah.
and hand that to Dr. Yue. And I'll say, I hope you don't need this, but if you do, I trust that your Hippocratic oath died when you did.
I'm flexible morally.
Good.
I mean, if there's anything we want, I have all the tools here in the van to create whatever we need.
I would also like to use this time to, number 1, mend the superficial health damage that
Yeah.
I received.
Roll for it, yeah.
Success.
Yeah.
And I would also like to make another elixir of healing.
All right.
And... oh, success again!
I think we should also let's take the van to this Simpsons Gap, and I'll see if I can compromise. Just we can set up some cameras,
Yeah.
set up whatever we need, because while obviously like we're going to see this person regardless, but we can try and then see how they arrive, how they depart, all that sort of information is also very useful.
If they depart.
I've got the vacuum, don't worry. Do we have any understanding into either the Sabat Independent or Camarilla workings in Alice Springs? Like, do we know of any blank bodies at all?
Not right now.
True. Oh, I guess learning experience. I'm gonna keep just running searches within the van while we're waiting, just looking for any connection between a Maxi, a Seraph, and then, as I said, anything that pops up regarding angels or the like. Michelangelo's, Raphael's, Teenage
Alright.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I pass the elixir to Mr. Talon. And I go, I trust you know what this is. Last resort.
Without saying anything, I pocket it.
Is it not the same thing that I have? Did he get a special one?
It's the same thing, Tryst.
On the drive, we've got 7 here as well. How's 7 doing?
7 is just quiet.
She not even if I walk up and say, like I said, how you doing? You alright?
Just quiet.
Okay. Do you want some chicken nuggets? Still quiet?
She's still quiet.
Oh, there we go. Right, no, we missed the Macca's run. No, I'll go get some. We'll get some food anyway. Drive the van out past the Macca's, go get some nuggets and give her some food.
Anything else for the rest of the crew?
Oh, do you want Macca's? Can you eat Macca's? Do
I rip open a blood bag. I'm fine.
you want? Let's go to. We're going to a Woolworths. We're setting up deals at Woolworths. So there's food there. Healthy diet. We're not
Yes,
very
I will
active.
take food.
Yeah, we'll do shopping at Woolworths. For preparations for Tryst as well, I would like to... Well, actually, you know what? You've got Dragon's Breath, don't you? That's fine. I'd like to just continue just to, I guess, prepare some further, just more anti-blank body material. I have the Exotic Arsenal perk.
Yeah.
So I will I'm not really going to try and make anything too out of control. I'm not going for like Ralphos rounds, but maybe just some more Dragon's Breath for actually, do you have the same response to fire? Like if you're near fire, do you freak out?
Yes.
Okay, I won't make you any fire bullets then.
Thank you.
That's fine. I'll just create. Maybe for me, I have my rifle. I'll make maybe a high caliber Dragon's Breath round, just one. I only want one.
And as we go on this Macus run, Woolies run some food, arrive at Simpsons Gap, and set up the cameras and everything else. The night falls rather quickly, and the meeting is about to happen. As all of you wait, standing in front of the van with the headlights on, and a chair right there. You see Maxi Seraph just coming down from a van, more likely thrown out. And then a piece of rose thrown after him, and somebody yelling in an unintelligible thing, but you assume it is 9.
Thanks, kid.
I don't remember ordering Uber Eats. Just saying the lamb has invited the wolves for dinner. We've prepared a silver platter for you.
You're not hers. Interesting.
You are Maxi, I presume?
The fallen angel.
My name is Maxi Seraph, of the Camarilla Ventrue. In the interest of transparency, you must be the thorn in my companion's sides.
Oh, that's a bit harsh, don't you think?
Frequently.
Would you prefer the term inquisitors?
He would.
Consultant.
consultant.
Tryst, aren't you in the van?
I'm listening still. Heads up.
Keep this channel clear.
We don't actually know that this is the Maxi Seraph. Do they have the required item? I see the flower. What about the other requirements?
Did you bring what we requested?
You seem to be under some sort of the most bizarre misconception that you're giving me something that I need. That you're offering me a courtesy.
This isn't what was requested.
This is the most courtesy you will receive from us. Now, you have asked or deigned to meet with us, but I'm very curious as to why, and why your companions were so eager to be rid of you from their van.
My companions don't know that I'm here. Which means you have me entirely at your mercy. I wonder what's gonna happen there. But as for what I want, as for what I need, I want your help.
This isn't what was requested. Again, we don't know that this is the fallen angel. We didn't just ask for a flower, we asked for something else.
Patience, Tryst. Let's hear them out. Go on.
I want to help you do your jobs. I want you to help me do mine. So that we can all pack up and leave. I want to leave. I want us all to leave. I want every single one of us to leave.
I'm sorry, what did you want?
What makes you think we need help doing our jobs?
Because the more hands on deck to save this place, the better.
What place is that?
Alice Springs,
From what?
all of us. All of us.
All of who?
All of my kind and all of your people. Alice Springs is blessedly, for now at least, independent territory. They were fine
Until?
until something happened, which brought you here, which brought us here, and God only knows how many of the others are either here already or have their eyes on this place as well. So the sooner we all finish up, the sooner we can leave. The sooner I can take my blessed coterie by the back of their necks and drag them kicking and screaming out of Alice Springs and back to where we belong, and the sooner all of you guys can leave as well, and the people of Alice Springs never have to know that any of us were here and that any of this happened, and that they can continue walking on with their lives. Because the longer this takes, the more curious all of our parties are going to get. You cannot tell me that the longer this is taking, the more your superiors are kind of staring a little bit and getting more curious, because mine are.
I don't think he knows who he's talking to.
It is part and parcel of our job description to remain elusive. If our superiors knew we were here, then we would not be doing our job. What do you have against your own kind, Maxi?
Seriously?
Humor me.
Where? I don't want to tell you, but we're wrong. We're wrong. We're wrong. And we shouldn't be. And yet, we are. And there's no getting rid of that. There's no changing that. You're not gonna win. And you're not gonna win. And because you're fighting the common cold, we're more like tuberculosis. Because the common cold is adaptive, and tuberculosis is just incessant and insidious. You want to get rid of us. You can't. We've won. You can't drive us extinct now.
Who said anything about driving you extinct? Now, your own self-preservation, now that is something I could comment on. You see, the doctor here is going to do her very, very best to ensure that you walk out of here in much the same state that you're in. Although, I have it on good authority that she cannot make any promises. Now you're trying my patience. And that's the second gift that we will give you to facilitate this meeting with. So I ask you again, what do you have against your own kind? And I will add as an addendum, why should we care?
I don't know how old I am anymore, but I've been around.
That's okay. You can let it out.
You're not hers either.
Who's?
What's the deal with... Why did I need to... I keep these in a drawer for a very particular...
Keep what?
A few of these.
What do they mean to you?
My sire, she used to give me them whenever I behaved. Or as apologies for whatever she did to me when I misbehaved.
Is that why you despise your kind?
Because of her?
Because of what you've seen?
Seen? What? Yes, what I've done. What I've tried to prevent others from doing, but will do. Every kindred in the world is... Plenty of kindred start the same, I'm sure. I don't exactly need to lecture the two of you about what happens when one is first turned, but so many kindred start off wanting to be good. They're still human inside, and they're not the monster. And that can last a week, a month, a year, a decade. Not forever. What I have against my own kind, because you're slowly getting stiffer and stiffer, sir, what I have against my own kind is that it's not so much that I have anything against my kind as much as I care about people still. And I want to protect them from us. And the people here of Alice Springs are right now not safe from my kind at all. But my kind are also not the only threat. It's not my kind that has us here. And considering your organization seemed just as surprised to see Delilah as we were to see your organization there.
Delilah. Didi.
Patience, Doctor. Don't interrupt our guest.
Same. She's alright. She's scared, but we're looking after her.
What do you mean? We haven't talked in a long time, but last time I saw Delilah, she was still working as a psychiatrist.
Oh, she's still a psychiatrist, but she's... Oh, that's unfortunate. How long ago was this?
It can't be more than a year.
I'm so sorry.
What happened? What do you mean?
Delilah Jones, we knew she was one of you. She's been turned. She's one of us now.
That is... You are making things up. Right?
She's my height. She's blonde. She's a psychiatrist. Her accent is central. Her accent is capital Australian. She swings a particular direction that is not towards the masculine preference.
That narrows it down.
She is far too trusting. Likes to drink, but hasn't quite adapted to the fact that she can't do it again quite yet.
I think I'm going to contact with the earpiece. This isn't something that could just be said. I think, Doctor, you should ask for proof. We still don't know who we're dealing with. There must be somewhere, even just a phone call to hear
I take
Delilah's
off the
voice.
earpiece. You're not responsible for that, are you?
No.
Do you know who is?
That was initially the entire reason I came here with her.
Good. Good.
But she was found on my ship. Stuffed into a box. Which was nailed shut.
Ask the ship's name, Talon. Ask the ship's name.
And which
Shut up,
ship
Tryst.
would that be?
Just... I have a few dozen.
The name, damn it!
See, you didn't know that she was turned. Which means you don't know that she was shot. Which means you don't know that she was shot by an inquisitor.
Oh, this just got a lot more interesting, and in the worst way possible.
I came here to bargain for her life, but you can't give it. Because you don't have it.
That's quite an assumption that you're making.
I'm willing to make it.
Delilah.
If you're not in Alice Springs for Delilah, which means you're not in Alice Springs for us, I'm just narrowing it down further and further now. I thought you were running on... So why are you here?
Let me think. What do I know about Delilah? What do I know about Delilah? Tryst, you there?
Yes? Oh, I'd like to run a report on Delilah Jones.
Delilah Jones was, at least with the report, considered missing in action about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a newly made log report of at least an inquisitor that has said that they have spotted Delilah Jones as a blank body and have shot on sight as is protocol. Unfortunately, they were unable to kill Delilah Jones, but they are tracking them. And there is a group of inquisitors that is specifically sent to hunt down Delilah Jones alive. There has been an email that's been sent out to all Inquisitors that nobody gets Wi-Fi. A lot of your basic needs are not gonna be met, and you will not be paid until Delilah Jones has been recaptured from Mr. Winters.
Is there information on which Inquisitor shot Delilah and where Delilah was shot? Not physically, but like which location?
The physical location of where
Yeah,
Delilah
where this engagement took place, and also which Inquisitor shot Delilah.
The Inquisitor that shot Delilah is only known as Miss Payne, Payn, and she was shot in the casino.
Also, can I then do a cross-reference? Miss Payne on the Winters account or the regular account?
The regular account.
Alright. And this one's more just for myself. You said that older kindred do an excellent job of keeping themselves hidden, but Delilah is still obviously very new. Is there any recent contact with any of that I can see Delilah's emergency contacts, or any movement on any either Delilah when she was with the Inquisition's car or bank accounts utilized at all?
Nothing.
You can pick and choose what you whisper into the earpiece.
That's fine, I'll repeat everything.
Okay. As I'm stalling for time, I'll just light up a cigarette and take a long pause as I drag into it.
I'm willing to bet that Seraph doesn't know about the casino and where the location was shot. So we also, depending on what I said, we're on the run. Depending on whether we want to sell, we're really going renegade. We could sell Pain for information, but I don't really. Listen, when we're dealing with blank bodies, I think that we need some sort of gift of in good faith. If this person's really willing to give up their own kind for the safety of others, then let's see them give up one of their own kind.
Well, our job is to...
Oh, you've put the earpiece back in, have you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
It is to hunt down kindred. So as long as some kindred dies, doesn't matter who.
Well,
That is a good point. I mean, what is this particular person worth? To come back to your question, Max.
Maxie.
Anyway, Max, the
Maxie.
person that you're referring to, the last I heard, injured in action, apprehended, current whereabouts. You know, it's the darndest thing. You know, you read something and it's staring at you right in the face, and then it just... Although I do recall now, certain email was sent out. Yes, that's right. Full blackout. Zero communication amongst all Second Inquisition personnel until a certain person is apprehended. You wouldn't know anything about a casino, would you?
See, if he knows this, it must be because you're a contractor that they didn't tell you about your friend.
Try not to annoy the good doctor. You will notice that's not a feeding tube in her hand. It does quite a bit of damage from what I'm told.
It's always pain. It's always pain. Yes, it was the casino.
What happened?
She got shot. Fine. Alright. Shows a good faith in such things. She's new. She's young, and because she's new, she's scared. Keeping her cooped up in our haven was... She couldn't stay cooped up any longer, and so another member of our group who has taken a liking to Delilah, decided to take her out to get her out in the fresh air, get her moving, and hopefully it would help her think and adjust and adapt. And Delilah had been, first of all, trapped in a box and then cooped up in our haven. So she went along, and our other associate had a meeting with a friend at the casino. Delilah went along, got foolishly left alone, which is a conversation that is yet to be had in its entirety. Got left alone, and is still a little too naive and trusting.
You left a fledgling alone.
Her bodyguard for that particular moment is older than I am. I assume they had things in hand.
So, if I can get this straight, the
You can
people that
certainly
you've
try.
entrusted to look after your friend, you've realized what a huge fuck up you've made, and now you are coming to us begging to help us clean up your mess.
Oh, fucking mess. Don't worry, the Camarilla's already sent someone to clean up. Has already sent someone to clean up our mess.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn on the speaker from the van. It's like, I'm yet to hear any reason why, like, any of this is in it for us. You've come to us and said, I'm here to beg for Delilah's life. You can't benefit it, so...
Alright.
That's our talking van, by the way. His name is Percy.
I was hoping I would have another day or so, but she sort of forced my hand on this one. For the establishment of context, how do you know 9?
This isn't... No, this...
That wasn't the question.
Yeah,
No, this is the context.
The context is being provided, not questioned.
The answer requires context.
We know 9 in the same capacity, I imagine the same capacity as you.
Okay, that answer has layers, but
In 100 words and or less, if you can manage it.
Maybe you could write us another letter.
God, even if you don't take the offer, you could hang me out. You could hang me out to dry for even wording it.
Well, we could hang out to dry for being here right now.
I'm not afraid of that.
This isn't really a take the offer or hang you out to dry. This is give us an offer or this is what you don't seem to understand, and this is my turn to provide context. We're not in the business of extinction. We're not a curing company. We're a pharmaceutical company, and you're the illness. What happens to a pharmaceutical company if there's no illness? We're not trying to eradicate you. We're trying to manage you. So you need to come up with a reason why our goals are going to align, because this isn't a do we take up your offer or let you walk. This is a what do you provide that's worth to us more than taking
How many
you
people
in?
have the Sabat killed since they came to Alice Springs?
You must misunderstand. We're the Inquisition.
How many
This is
people have the
collateral.
Sabat killed since they came to Alice Springs?
Why are we giving you information? This meeting isn't for you to question us. This meeting, you've come to us. Give us something that's worthwhile. We didn't approach you. We've come to you. You're the Camarilla. You think we're going to give the information to you about the Sabat? We're just as likely to go to the Sabat. We're going to meet with the Sabat and they're going to ask how many people have the Camarilla killed. I don't care about your little playground games. All right, there's a paycheck on your body. Now, what's worthwhile more to us that you can offer than vacuuming up and going back to our bosses, job well done, a pat on the back, let's do it again and see who's stupid enough to contact us again?
Come on, girl.
The van has a point. I must admit, we are quite unimpressed.
Just a small one.
Okay. storm blew into Alice Springs today. Her name is 8.
8.
And?
Asian lady, white sun hat.
This is where I was wondering. That'd be the lady.
Red dress.
That would be the lovely lady herself.
What?
Personal lawyer to Prince Saracen of Sydney.
What is she doing here?
She's come to babysit.
Yourself?
They don't trust me.
They don't trust you. Well, that's surprising.
I know, shocking, right? But she came here to clean up after whatever footsteps we leave in the mud. And she is involved in, well, as everybody else here. Because we're here, well, 9 I'm keeping as out of the loop of this as I can. There is another one, but sort of chasing our own tails on that end.
8 and 9. They look remarkably similar.
They do, don't they?
Their words.
What are they?
It's the darndest thing. We have no idea.
They're not one of you,
Nope.
and they're definitely not one of us.
Nope.
You want, I'm assuming so you're keeping 9 out of this.
She's
So-
a good kid.
That's fine. She's not a kindred, she's not our problem.
No.
You want 8 dealt with, I'm assuming. That's
I'm willing to give you 8.
in exchange for.
Well, if Delilah isn't really in your purview and if we'll get things done as fast as possible, I'm willing to give you 8.
I don't think you understand. She's definitely in the purview where their entire Inquisition she's the purview at the moment. We don't tolerate any members being turned.
I just find it incredulous that you're in a position to offer us anybody apart from yourself.
So she's here to clean up your mess. Those are your words, that's correct?
Those are the words.
So I'm curious. Now, we've established a baseline. We've established what you're willing to offer. That's excellent. How big of a mess is it going to take for 8 to turn up? Is 8, you said the casino's being cleaned up. I'm assuming that's 8 there as well, correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. So how big of a mess does it take for 8 to turn up? Just how big of a fuck up are we talking about?
8 will be lingering to keep an eye on me for some time. I sorta made it personal. She'll be lingering within my vicinity for a while longer.
Let me get this straight. You arranged to have a clandestine
Love that phrase.
meeting with us, knowing full well that this person is supposedly within your purview, at all times?
No, not at all times.
No? So where is the assurance that they don't know that you're here right now?
Well, you're the Inquisition, you can handle yourselves.
I didn't ask about us, I asked about you. How's that gonna look when you're running off to the big bad cops?
The worst thing they can do is kill me.
Oh, there are plenty of worse things than that. I can show you a few if you like. We've got time. Sunrise is only
3 hours.
hour and a half away.
There's,
Supposed to be a beautiful one.
there's nothing derogatory in what I'm about to say, but you are far too used to people being afraid of you.
Doesn't happen as nearly often as you think.
Okay, see, there's no answer to that. That doesn't insult you.
No,
Do I look
Maxie,
insulted to you?
Maxie,
Take that as a compliment.
Let me get this straight.
Are you sure you're not hers? Is that just
You-
sort of a mantra? Or is like,
No, but allow
I'm gonna
me
start
to
saying it.
understand the situation. So you want us to do you a favor by calling off the hunt on Delilah. you also want us to do you a favor by getting rid of 8. So far that's 2 favors. I've yet to see something provided in return.
So it's a full-on hunt on Delilah.
Oh, if that wasn't clear, it should be clear now.
Pharmaceutical company indeed. What do you want?
What can you offer?
What do you want?
Well,
We could go around like this all day, Maxi.
Well, clearly I have no grasping of what your ambitions are. What do you want?
we seem to have the personal lawyer of Saracen following you, of the Sydney Camarilla. So at
And we
least-
already know that she's in Alice Springs now.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well, very first of all, if you want the hunt for Delilah called off, now, I don't know how the Camarilla do things, but we need something confirmed here. So there's going to need, if you want this, we're going to probably need a location, and this is going to require a great deal of trust in you, so we're going to see how far you will go. We're going to need Delilah at a location, and we're going to end up needing to leave that location with someone's going to get ashed when we leave. I'm not saying it will be Delilah. That's fine. I mean, to be honest, blank bodies, you're all the same to me, irrelevant. But who are you willing to give up? When you think about Delilah, and you think about your coterie, and you think about those close to you and those you know, which one of them, if you had to pick, ends up inside the body bag, inside the vacuum, so Delilah gets to keep skipping around, would you choose?
I do have a kindred in mind, but she's still in Sydney for now.
Well, we're not in Sydney, so...
No.
It's really, this is all hypothetical, but this is really, how quickly do you want to wait to try and contact someone in Sydney? I mean, we're just one cell. Not to say someone else gets Delilah by then. So how quickly do you want this dealt with? Would you, again,
Well,
hypothetically?
not to say that somebody wouldn't get her by then either.
Yeah, absolutely
It's-
right.
You know, the clock is ticking.
I am very nervous right now. Very, very nervous.
All right, fine. It's your call. Let's wrap it up then, shall we? We'll be sure to send you some of your friend's ashes as a courtesy, as a thank you for this wonderful waste of our time.
I'm curious. Why is it always some sort of torture?
When dealing with the Camarilla, I don't know.
We
Every
repay what we get.
repay what you. All this talk of repayment, that I haven't given you anything. I have given you genuinely no real reason to wish me harm apart from the
The fact
obvious.
that you're an undead predator parasite leeching off
Your
humanity.
very existence
Of which
is
we are in
reason-
agreement is wrong. So by all means, kill me. But you're going to threaten one of her friends.
Increasingly nervous.
And you're
Consistently.
willing to take it. You guys hate each other as much as we do.
Is
You were
that
human
supposed
once.
to be a surprise?
Yeah, this
we
is
are
nothing-
humans after all.
I mean, most of us, yeah. At least we're at one point human. It doesn't die easy.
No.
But right now, presenting Delilah's ashes, I mean, that's a big win. Now, we're not trying to say you want us to not do that. That's fine.
I would prefer it if you didn't.
In compensation, what can you provide? What is an equally, at least, measurable win for us to not?
Delilah is secondary, alright?
There we go.
She's a kindred. She will always be secondary. Feel free to ash her. Feel free. Okay? Take them all.
There it is.
But then leave. Or if you personally can't leave, let all of this simmer down because people are going to start to die. Again. I've been around for far too long in too many cities and too many towns, and I'm tired of it. It's not even something you get used to. I thought I would, but it's just getting worse. Because the world is modernizing and everyone's weapons are getting nastier and somehow torture is still medieval. And the longer this lasts and simmers and slowly brings to a boil, fine. You're insidious and you work in small cells, I get that. But the more time that's passing, the more the Camarilla is noticing. And the more the Sabbat are going to notice. And hell, if the Sabbat and the Camarilla start killing each other, God knows what happens when the closest goddamn Anarch state notices and thinks something's interesting happening in Alice Springs. And then they send people. And then there's fucking 3 of us. And then which faction next?
Let them all come. As long as you exist, we will.
We'll be here.
We will be here.
I don't care about you! None of this is about you!
Do you know the most common cause of collateral damage in an engagement like this? You've been around a while. More often than not, when a targeted strike occurs, a lot of the time the wrong target is selected, collateral damage. Now, you care about these people, you want us gone, that's fine. As I said, we're here for varying reasons, but the majority is, like, we're here because the symptoms...
Oh, no, you won't kill any of the collaterals. No, we will.
Probably. So, if you let me finish, I'm sure you love the sound of your own voice. You've been around a while. You've heard it a lot. The world is modernizing. Maybe let's think about this a bit differently. You want us gone. That's fine. I hate it here. It's hot. It's sunny. It's everything I dislike, really. But if you actually start delivering something, I said there's a number, and once that number is reached of blank bodies gone, and there's no more activity, we'll leave. We don't have unlimited funding, as much as it seems that way. We'll pack up, we'll go, we'll move on. You've already said Sydney. Sounds wonderful. Much more my style than here is. So, the best way that you can have your conscience cleaned, feel a little bit better about unlife, and waltz off into the moonlight is start delivering something. Because right now, hypothetical, you obviously don't get this. We don't care. We do not care about the people. We do not care about this. We're humans, alright? Do you know how many people we kill ourselves every day? You care. So maybe when you die, I don't know if Yue is the same. When you die and you reach undeath, you start to feel really sad about it. We have a limited grasp. We're gonna die eventually unless one of you gets to us. So, in order for you to get what you want, for people to not start dying,
What's the
deliver
number?
something.
Your blank body number.
I'd say about 85%. The dumb ones. The loud ones.
85% of the amount of kindred in one
Alice
place?
Springs. How many of you are here? Doesn't seem there wasn't that many to begin with, and now you just seem to be multiplying. So let's cut it short now. I said 85%. I mean, it's aspirational, but we've got to start somewhere. If it'll make you feel better. As I said, you don't even have to deliver the friendly ones. There's these other ones that care about Delilah. I don't know, they're your friends. It's glad to hear you guys get along so well. Give us the stupid ones. Give us the loud. Give us something. Because all I've heard right now is just, poor me. Undeath is sad. It's hard to exist with looking at myself in the mirror. I'm sorry about the choices you've made. I don't know who turned you. I'm sorry it happened. But you can, especially this idea of, oh, kill me. I can deal with it. Alright? Like, you didn't come here as a sacrifice. You don't seem stupid. I mean, and if you are, and you have come here as this some martyrdom, that's fine. We'll vacuum you, we'll move on. It doesn't help anyone, really. But I actually quite like you. You've got the balls to come here and say, I want to make a deal. Well, then start putting something on the table, because I'll be honest, again, right, you're worth something to us as Ash, start giving us something that means keeping you unashed is more worth our while, because other than there's activity in Alice Springs, we should stop it. We know that. I get a daily email each day. Not even what does the Camarilla, what are the control, what does Maxi Seraph want out of this? What would make you happiest walking away from this? Because we've told you, we want information. What do you want out of this? What will make you walk out into that moonlight happy as can be? I'm gonna get out of the van for this, actually. Not even with
Tryst,
my rifle.
get back in the van.
No, Tryst is already.
We are sticking to the plan.
I'm gonna light a cigarette and just stand at the door of the van.
I'm just gonna be like stroking the pistol by my side. Just being like,
I'm not going any closer.
fuck.
I'm staying near you, but
What do I want? I want to be able to go back to my haven and be able to look Delilah in the eye and be able to tell her either she can go out again and try and get her memory back, or tell her that I tried my best.
Her memory back.
I'm just here for her.
Now, 85% is more of a stretch goal.
oh, absolutely.
A
Not straight
long-term
away.
goal.
Absolutely.
A aspirational goal. Now, something of a tangible milestone would be, somebody, as you said before.
Guys, we got to start somewhere.
Well, we're not going to lowball you by any means. But I'm curious,
We ash
what
someone.
are going to happen to them otherwise? What are you so afraid of that's coming?
What, Delilah?
No, you. This happens again? Your entire rant? Surely you were getting somewhere with it. If we walked away now, turned our backs, what's going to happen?
I'm not expecting you guys to be the first ones to leave. But one by one, each faction finishes up their business, goes back to greener pastures, and this place can live in peace. Otherwise, it's only a matter of time until one of my people, besides Alice Springs, is interesting enough to keep.
Interesting enough to keep.
Up until now, Alice Springs has been a backwater. It's why it's been safe. But this has made it interesting. And our entire guilds of my kind that love interesting things, and they'll keep it. I'm not at the top of the food chain, but those that are, there's nothing stopping one of them from walking into, if Alice Springs is in the news, in our web of gossip long enough, they could just decide that Alice Springs is the Camarillas. And the Anarch could do the same. And then this place really is lost.
Tryst, you feel a small hand on your back, and then you see Seven just staring up at you with a horrified expression, and then she whispers, "She was there.
Who?
She's there.
Who is?
8.
Now?
Yeah.
Where?
At his house.
Whose house? Maxie's house?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see what's happening?
No, I just saw a glimpse.
Do you know where it? Can you tell me where it is? Or what it looks like? What did you see?
She's having tea.
Who else is there?
No one.
By herself? What does the room look like?
An airplane.
How... It's 8, are you sure? How well do you know 8?
We've worked together for a few years now. I'm not in Sydney all the time, but we've worked together on problems in the past. I'd say 5 years, 6 years.
Mr. Talon, can I speak to you for 1 minute? In the van? It's urgent. It's relevant. It's pertinent.
Yep. I turn on my heel and walk into the van.
Thank you to 7. You should probably go. Are you happy sitting in the seat watching, or do you want to go? You can go to the command room if you want and play games on the computer.
Tryst, what is so important that you couldn't just tell me?
This 8 is at Maxie's Haven.
Mm-hmm.
Aeroplane.
Yep.
It's information we can use.
Yep, that is. You know what else we could use? Earpieces.
Oh my god.
That could have been... This could have been an email. This didn't need
Such
to be a meeting.
jerk off. Go out and do your fucking job so I don't
Yeah,
have to
well
keep
then
doing
sit
it.
in the fucking van like
I
I
don't
told
have to
you
keep fucking doing your shit all the time. Jeez. You know what? I'm going to the command. That's all right. You continue. Let's keep this strong man act up. I'm going to turn the intercom on and be like, aeroplane.
Mm-hmm.
We know,
Okay,
and we know what's there.
great.
So the the clock has started now because there's danger there for you. So you're now, you either fess up now, or what you go back to isn't going to be something you're going to enjoy.
At this point, I'm also going to burst out of the van, and I'm going to activate my symbol and hold it up to you as well. And you can tell that now I'm a bit more frazzled, and his veneer's a bit shaken.
Is anyone there with her?
Do you see Delilah? Tryst.
This isn't question answer time, Maxie. This is give answers. All right. You want help? Fine. Give us something. Right now, I'm being honest with you. I'm trying to help you. Give something up now. Otherwise, like, we'll continue on. Our day continues tomorrow. Yours ends tonight. Otherwise.
The file would still be in Maxie's hands, wouldn't it? Or would I... I'm gonna wait.
Sunlight's coming.
Tryst, where is Delilah? Do you see her?
I take my earpiece out.
Tryst,
This fucking guy.
Tryst.
Right. You said medieval methods were still being used, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that time then. I'm going to walk up to Maxie and place my hand on his shoulder. On their shoulder. And I'm going to activate Holy Aura.
Alright.
And I'll whisper into their ear, this will only hurt a little bit.
Can you roll for how much damage that would cause?
Yue kind of turns away. She's very uncomfortable.
I think that's fair.
That's 4 points of aggravated damage.
Maxi Seraph, you take 4 points of aggravated damage from the holy symbol of Mr. Talon.
Alright.
And your beast is clawing at you to get away, to run away, to go back to your haven and save yourself because you are going to die and sunlight is coming.
Alright! Jesus!
Now do be careful, that may leave a mark.
I have others. That's a fucking first one! Right. Christ. How much time can you give me to find you your fucking peace offering?
I'd say until sunrise.
All right. When and where?
Here's as good a spot as any. We had some good memories here. Memories that I will cherish. Better get going.
And as Mr. Talon says that, and we see Maxi Seraph leaving with an injured arm.
As he is going, I would just like to, as they're going, I would just like to run up to them and go, "Are you okay? Do you need some help?"
Shit, am I still holding the flower? Damn it. If I'm holding the flower, I can't lie. Oh, that came out. I'll try and say quietly so that they can't hear. Actually, I got everything I was hoping for.
I was going to offer to patch up that
No.
a little bit as the gesture of goodwill.
Leave it.
Fine.
Trust me. I'm gonna need it.
Alright. Well,
I don't like it.
A van screeches in
I-
front of Maxi Seraph, and you see Nine basically opening it and going like, "Sunlight is coming, coming."
do you have a phone?
More than one. And I will give one of my numbers.
Give my number to them.
Get in!
Alright! Jesus, kid. And I'm actually going to take the flower with me as I go.
Come on, let's go!
Right! Most impatient kid in the world.
But the sunlight, Dev! What the fuck happened? Oh my god, okay. And as the van door closes, we each see each of the Creed's faces. All of them with differing emotions after this confrontation. And we end the story here. Thank you so much for joining this episode. We are halfway through the story. My name, once again, is Rina, and I'm the storyteller for this evening. And as the van door closes, we see each of the Creed members' expressions. All of them with different emotions as they at least take away several information from this meeting. And with that, we end our story. And we will close this chapter. We're halfway through the story, and thank you very much for joining us. My name, once again, is Rena, and I am the storyteller for this chronicle.
I am Evie, and I am playing Dr. Yue, the very annoyed Equation consultant.
I am Kai, and I have been guest appearing as Maxie. Thank you for hurting me.
My pleasure. Anytime. I am Aston, and I am playing Mr. Talon, the Inquisitor.
I am Joel, and I am playing Tryst, the very annoying Inquisitive Creed Hunter.
And with that, we will see you next week. Bye!
Yo, Miles, hate to bounce on you, but that girl you was with? Not it, bruh. You heard? Dead ass. She was gaslight, gatekeep, girl bossing you, bruh. No cap. Bet. She took an L when I caught her swiping behind your back and got mad. High key, super sus. Big yikes. Bet. I got you, fam. Say less. Your boy's the GOAT. Hold up, I gotta go. I see the snack being all snatched. Finna say hi. Sheesh.